Hey, live on Facebook and YouTube. Let's get Instagram fired up here, shall we? Dun, 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 dun. Give me just a second. It's working. Um, all right, here we go. Cool. Stacy, hey, hey. Karen checking in. Hello. Harper, hello. Good to see you. Good evening. Karen checking in from Long Island. Hello. Kim, yeah. Just checking in. Nothing formal planned. It's been a crazy, crazy, crazy week. So just wanted to just check in, get 5 days till pitchers and catchers report. Says Chris. Just want to check in, say hey, see how you guys are doing, give you a couple updates, and then we'll roll. How's that? Jeff, good evening to you. Kim, hello. Corey from Connecticut. Good evening. Diane's here. Amy from Kentucky. Roxanne checking in from Newfoundland, which makes it international. How fun is that? That's my favorite part. Is when someone from Canada checks in. Favorite part ever. So cool. Danielle, hello. Keith is here. Good to see you. Let's see. Spokane. David checking in. Andy's here. Jacob going to bed, getting ready for the snow. No, stay up for a little bit. We just got here. It's okay. I get it. Lisa's checking in. Hello, Lisa. May says, hey, hey, hey. Valparaiso says 12 inches of snow coming, like tonight. I'm not keeping an eye on the weather at all. I guess I'll have to check in. Carrie's checking in here. Jay is here. Good evening to Jay. While Jay's here, this is very fun. Okay, hang on. I didn't know you were going to be here, Jay. So hang on. I have a surprise for you from Jay. You ready for this? Time out. So Jay rocks. First of all, dude's awesome. Dude's super duper awesome. We found out we had a mutual friend, for one, and the other night Jay said to me, "You know what? You need something for your meeting. You want to see what Jay's? You want to see Jay's idea? I'll tell you in a second. Those of you on YouTube, I apologize. That phone is not fully charged, so we may lose YouTube in the middle of this. It just gave me a 20% warning, so we'll see. But anyway, you want to see what Jay's idea of fun is? Let's see. Hold on. Let's go see. What do you think? Isn't that cool? Yeah. So Jay brought me some for the meeting, and I was like, "Dude, you're crazy," but we love it. We love it. So I put it on that day, wore it all day. It's awesome. I gotta tell you that. Um, yeah, I know. Jason's telling me it's supposed to snow up in Detroit all weekend. We're gonna go figure it out. We're going either way. Um, Very fun. All right, let's see here. What else I got? Scrolling around a little bit, trying to catch up with all of you. Let's see. Yeah, Tanny's here. Stacy's, love it. Yeah, it's fun, right? Yeah, I thought it was very, very, very cool too. So I'm working on, yeah. Well, very cool, Jason. So I will. Jason asked me when we're up in Detroit if we're going to plan a run. I know he wants to get a 5K in, so I'll bring my stuff, but I don't know that we're going to be able to do it, but we'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun. Gail's checking in. Hello. So here's the format for tonight. I'll give you a quick update. Chris has a face-to-face second interview with Weight Watchers on Monday at 3:30. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Yeah. So, well, so the more you guys have now told me this twice. I have a weather guy checking weather for me, but you guys are saying 10 inches in Detroit when. I should probably look up that to figure out what's going on because we're going up anyways, I guess. But best laid plans, right? And you do what you got to do for the weather. So, anyway, so here's the plan for Detroit. So we're leaving sometime tomorrow. Haven't exactly got the plans. We're going to drive up to Detroit, spend the night Friday night, spend the night Saturday night, and drive back Sunday. We'll come back here. But Saturday is the taping of the Ask Dr. Nandy television show. So askdrnandy.com. Best that I know, my segment is going to go from about 3:45 to about 5:15, 5:45. I think they said somewhere in that range. So we have to be there a little early. I guess I get to do makeup. I don't know what that means. So we're going to do makeup and stuff. So 3:45 to about 5 or 6. After that, I think we're planning a small meet and greet in the studio hallway. I think we're working on that. And then after, we're going to go to, I got to look it up. There's a bar not too far away. I'm going to look it up here. I forgot to check this earlier. But we're just gonna head down there and just really just hang out. So we tried to find a couple different things. Like we thought about going to dinner, doing some other stuff, and we realized what I wanted to do is I wanted to go to a place that we could mingle. I didn't want to go down to a sit down dinner where you can only talk to the person on your left and the person on your right. So, you know, it's gonna be fun. Someone look up the place of the restaurant for me. Janine's looking it up. Try to do too many things at once here. So it's Shaker's Bar and Grill. It's 49617 Grand River Avenue in Wixom, Michigan. Around 6 p.m. That's the plan, is to be at Shaker's Bar and Grill. But so what'll happen is if you come to this, either way, you can do either or. If you come to the studio, you will know we'll make that announcement somehow there. But if for some reason you don't want to make it to the studio and you want to go right to the bar and grill, we can go there and hang out. We'll probably be there around 6 or 7, and we'll stay till the last person leaves, whatever that is. So that's kind of the plan. No real formal agenda because I just wanted to get a chance to just hang out and mingle, and so that's the intent with that. So cool. If you're planning on going, just go to the Facebook event and RSVP there, just so I get a better idea of a head count, and we will kind of keep posting updates in there to keep you current. So very, very fun. What's on your mind? Let's talk here. So this format of the show, we're gonna get the book out. It's been a while since we've been in the book, so I want to see. I'm interested in some of your non-scale victories that you've had recently. Something that you're super duper proud of. Something that you want to celebrate, and let me know what that is. We'll get it written into the book. Like I said, it's been a little bit of time since we've done that. I left my pen somewhere. I'll tell you, I'm not with it today. There it is. I knew I brought it. Pen. Handy dandy pen. Oops. Yeah, Stacy. Look at that. Woohoo! Let's get that one written down first. Let's see here. Tune into the book. Wow, we are 2/8/18. Stacy says off my should I bring this book with me? I should bring it with me, shouldn't I? Very fun. Let's see what else we got. Anne says, I am over my lifetime weight since 9/16. Okay. What's the plan? Right? So the good news is we know the plan works. The good news is we can get it done. So you're in the right place. That's the good news. Continues to be good news. So let's get into the Wise Wingman Facebook group and let's chat. That's the whole point of that group is to do that. Jason says, crushing my runs. Put up your fastest 10K, 52:48, and also was featured on Weight Watchers Connect for Transformation Tuesday. I did see that. Let's see. Um, so 52:48. That's awesome. Very nice run, Jason. Very cool. Um, let's get Chris written in the book. Chris is probably in the book a lot. Chris's blood pressure 116/72. It's incredible. Good job, man. Very proud of you. Very, very, very cool. Look at this. You guys are bringing it tonight. Liz says, but a pair of size 6 jeans. That's awesome. Very, very, very cool. Daddy's Baby 48. Hello. Good evening to you on Instagram. Neller, hello. Let's see what else we got. Ha! Look at this one. I always like this amazing stuff. Cindy says, did my eighth half marathon. That's like 4 full marathons, right? Very fun. Congratulations on that. Very nice. Um, Look at that. Amy says, let me get Amy. My insulin resistance is gone. Good job. You did that all by yourself. You did that. You took care of your health, and your health took care of you. Good job, Amy. Tandy just ordered an air fryer. That means you're working on eating healthy, right? Very fun. Let's get that. That's one thing I don't have yet. Is an air fryer. Not sure I want one or not, but I see all you guys eating with it. It's funny. I'm not sure which one of you did because I didn't see the post, but in the Wise Wingman group, one of you posted a picture of the bowl of just crack an egg, I think it's called. So ever since you posted that, my wife has bought them and she has them for breakfast like many mornings. So it's kind of neat. We're keeping each other healthy all over the place. Um, ha. Corey says wore a pair of pants today that I couldn't pull up past my thighs in December, and I could breathe in them. That's funny. Great job. Feels fun, doesn't it? I will bring the book to Detroit, um, and we'll write in it there as well. Crystal over on Instagram says I ran my 25th half marathon. That's incredible. I'm trying to think of how many I have. I think I only have 4, maybe. Yeah, I think I only have 4, which is still fun. I'm working more on speed versus distance. Harper says, look at this. I had to get my wedding band size 1.5 size down. That's awesome. I had to do that too. I forget what size. I think I was almost 2 sizes. I forget. Great work. Yeah, so Jason's working on trying to get his speed down, trying to half in under 2 hours. That's the goal, right? I'm doing two different things. I'm not worried so much in the distance. I want to do a sub 20 5K. That's my goal. Is to do an 18 19 minute 5K. This this year coming up is my goal to be under 20 minutes for a 5K, which is if you've ever done that, it's booking. Beth, good evening to you. Good to see you again. Maureen, second week of maintenance, still going good. Ashley says, I need help with maintenance. I keep losing because my body isn't used to eating more. And to get the lifetime, I need to gain, but it scares me to gain. I don't want to go back to my old ways. Yeah, drink a gallon of water before you weigh in on your day of your lifetime. No, don't stress over it. There is a balance, and just slowly add. What week are you on maintenance? That the whole reason for maintenance is that you're supposed to figure out how many of those daily points you can add back in to maintain your weight, and it's up to 6 for some people. It all depends on your activity. Some people have to then start eating their fitness points once they get to goal in lifetime. So don't let it scare you. That's not the intent. You're gonna be okay. You really are. Look at this. I remember that too, Keith. Um, Keith says Alice reached goal. Huh, I just happened to have this right. Hang on, watch this. Just happened to have. I was cleaning my office out yesterday. It's stuck to the glass. There you go. Look at this. Alice, right there, reached goal last week. You guys on Instagram can see it. There's Instagram, folks. YouTube, can you see it? So very cool. Congrats, Alice, on reaching goal. That's the whole thing we're doing, right? That's the whole reason we do all this. Um, what would Marilyn do? Let's see. Says down 25, normal blood pressure, almost to 10%. So that's when you start making changes in your life, right? When you get to that point where, down 25 pounds, significant, that's focused, that is hard work, and you're doing fantastic. Your blood pressure does. It doesn't take long to get your blood pressure back under check, but just with just a little bit of focus, and 25 pounds certainly does it. 10% proves you can go as far as you want on this journey. So keep up the amazing work. Great job. Very happy for you. Feels great, right? I know it does. Tanny says after losing, look at this. After losing 120 pounds, no longer on cholesterol meds. Feels that's got to feel awesome. Did you guys see the post I put on? I put it on guys. I put it on Connect and I put it on Facebook too. So these are my. I printed them out. These are my lab results from yesterday. So Carrie says doctor says BMI is 21. Very happy. Very cool. Very cool. So here's I was going to read this to you. So this was kind of funny, right? So obviously you saw on Facebook. We were out late last night. Had more than one Budweiser because Budweiser is a great partner with ours. Some of the stuff we do outside of this community, there's other communities that I work with in the military community. So Budweiser is an amazing partner for us to the tune of I think this year alone it was like $1.9 million. Last year it was another couple $1 million. It ends up being a $2 to $3 million a year. Budweiser gives us. We turn that into scholarship money. We send that out to children and spouses who've lost someone on the battlefield. We take care of their educational needs. So Budweiser is an amazing partner. So last night Budweiser invited us to hang out at the Pacers Stadium. So they called me, asked me to get some, military families there and some scholarship recipients there. My wife was an amazing person. She did a great job. And Scott, if you're still listening, Scott, the two of you really rallied together. We ended up taking 21 kids last night. Went down to Bankers Life Stadium to where the Pacers play. The place was completely empty, and we walk in. The kids had their own locker. We went in the locker room. Each of the kids had their name on a locker. Inside the locker was a jersey and a pair of shorts. The kids changed into that, went onto the court. Scott Pollard, amazing dude. He's a former Pacer, played number 62 for the Pacers for a couple years. He put him through like a little training camp, how to dribble, how to shoot, how to do a layup, and then, gave him a couple water breaks and ran him a little bit, and then had him play one-on-one against each other. We got done all of that. It was about a 2-hour practice. Got done all that, and then we went to upstairs into the bar area to watch the game. Well, of course, the away game, because again, the game ended up being rained out. But so we walk in there. There's burgers, there's nachos, there's chips, there's popcorn, there is barbecue pork sliders, an amazing display of food, all complimentary, and of course Budweiser, right? Plenty of Budweiser. So, I'm standing there with, the head of marketing for Budweiser for 4 or 5 state area. Certainly I'm not going to say, I'm sorry, how many points is that? Even though I did, I actually joked with him. I scanned it when he handed me one. I took my app out and I barcode scanned it. And so we joked for a little bit, but, we cheersed and we toasted a Bud and, had a great evening. And so I got up this morning. As you know, I weigh every single morning, doesn't matter. Scale was up a little bit, sure. A couple beers, burger, and some, so the barbecue sliders were good. Anyway, but the scale was up. So, it is what it is. But so with that, I want to read this. So then I get my lab results today. Doctor says, notes to patient, cholesterol numbers are excellent. Okay. Total cholesterol 171, triglycerides 115. The range is 15 to 150. It's normal. The HDL, which is the good cholesterol, is supposed to be 40 or greater. I'm at 50. The LDL cholesterol, the low cholesterol, is supposed to be less than 130. I'm at 98. The cholesterol good to bad ratio is supposed to be less than 4.98, and I'm at 3.42. So that's one of those things that we tell you when you're on this journey is the scale is just data. That is just data, but all of the data together is what we work on to tell the story. So, if you would, if I would have taken these lab results and all of a sudden said, yeah, but I'm up 0.4 today, it's crazy, right? The doc would be like, whatever, your numbers are excellent. So that's the thing you got to kind of, there's a big picture to this journey. You got to stay focused on the big picture. And the big picture for me was we had an amazing event. We had an amazing evening. Cholesterol's good, blood pressure's good, life is good. I'm not worried about a couple pounds on the scale, and that's where I think we want to get. You want to get where everything it just becomes enjoyable. So, anyway, sorry to dig deep into that, but it's good. Morris, good evening to you. Soki says 8 pounds still a healthy weight, so happy, very nice. Let's see. Jennifer says, I've been on a work trip this week, did awesome most of the week, but used too many points today. Non-scale victories. I worked out every day and drank a ton of water. Turned down cookies, chips, cakes, muffins, pastries, so I guess that is something. That's more than something. That's fantastic work. Very, very good. Belinda says, hey, my big non-scale victory this week is you fit in a climbing harness and climbed a rope over 30 feet up in the tree to reach a geocache, which is fun. I wouldn't do it either. I'm scared of heights too. Very fun. Yep, that's how we live this life. Kirby over on Instagram. Hello. Different Kirby though, this time I believe. Yes, Lori, great work. Lori says started taking the measurements instead of worrying about what the scale says. I think you'll even get to the point too where you'll even not care so much about the measure. You can It's a look and a feel, and you can feel it internally. That's where you're gonna get. So keep up the great work, though. Pat says, "How do you get notified of these live broadcasts?" The best way, absolute best way, is to go get a Twitter account if you're not on Twitter already. Twitter, I put a every time I decide I'm going to do a show, I put it on my calendar. The calendar auto tweets the second it gets added to the calendar. So around 9 o'clock this morning, you knew there was going to be a show at 9:30 tonight if you were on Twitter. Then 15 minutes before, Twitter reminds you that the show will go live in 15 minutes. And then as the show goes live, Twitter will remind you that the show is live now. So that's completely free. You can sign up, go to twitter.com/wise advice. That'll give you the best notification as to what and when we're doing to go live. I will also use that over the weekend to communicate over what's going on in Detroit as well. So best to do that. Um, Lisa's awesome. So Lisa said, yeah, Cindy, the last time we did a live show, Cindy was in the middle of a half marathon and she's watching the podcast live from her half marathon. Isn't that fun? Yeah, the everyone on the team of bloggers that we use. If you go to fatdag.com and read the blog, my team of bloggers, the folks are just write amazing stuff. They I ask them often to send me things that I may not see because I can't see it all, and so they shoot me screenshot stuff. And so that was exactly it. Lisa and the team sent me a copy of Cindy's, circled. Did you see this? In the middle of a half marathon, she's watching the live broadcast, which is kind of neat. Um, Karen says size 10 pants coming up for the special March event. Do I know what that special March event is? Chris, look at this. Chris says he's down 175 pounds, 8 pounds away from wearing 175. So what are you, 163, 8, 168, 7, 167. I don't do math in public. So very nice, Chris. Keep up the great work. It's time for another before and after, man. If you posted it, I missed it, but go ahead and post it again. I want to see it. Very, very, very cool. Um, Ruth said that's funny. Someone at your husband's work saw me and thought that your husband married another woman. That happened to us. We were in. I lost most of my weight in the transition between Megan from middle school to high school. So during that time frame, Janine went to the high school, and I was walking a couple steps behind them because I was probably texting or something. And so she's chatting with a friend of hers, and the lady's like, "This guy's following you," and it ended up being kind of funny. That's pretty fun. Yeah, Cindy says someday gonna do a full. Very nice. Brooke running on the elliptical. Good evening to you. Um, Paula, good job. No to king cake. It's everywhere. Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it. Joanne, I ran 5 miles every day. I've lost 105 pounds. Yeah, that's okay. It's just 2 days. You're not going to gain 105 pounds overnight. It doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Joanne says, another coworker asked today if I was losing weight. When I told him I was doing Weight Watchers, she said, "Oh, I'm doing a great job and to keep it up." Another coworker calls me her skinny mini and said I don't need to lose any more. I grabbed yeah, exactly. So Joanne, that's the same thing happened to me. I think I lost another probably 20 to 30 pounds from the first time someone said you should stop losing weight. So ignore them. Do it for you and you alone. Chris, good evening. Hey, I meant to text you earlier, Chris. Chris just checked in over on Instagram. So Chris and I have this thing going back. We text each other pretty randomly, pretty often, pretty consistently. So today, out of the clear blue, he calls me. It just so happened to be one of those, my calendar is nuts, and so the phone rang. I happened to be in the car, just got in the car. I was driving back to the office. He called me. I answered it. It was exactly 1:23 this afternoon, which was incredible. Chris and I had this thing with the number 23 is incredible. But here's what I want to tell you, Chris, because I was going to text you back. And so that was at 1:23 this afternoon. So, and if you guys know, the 23 is our number. So 1:23 this afternoon. So I go back to work. Tonight I have my Weight Watchers meeting, obviously. And so I go to the meeting and everything's great at the meeting. I come home from the meeting. I stopped at the store to get a water for the ride home. And Chris, it was that I was at the exact same store I was at when you called me. And so I thought of you, right? I'm like, oh, this is where I was when Chris called today. And so as I'm sitting there, I back out and I drive out of the parking lot. There's a big fire truck at the gas station because there was an accident across the way. And so here I am, like, this is exactly where I was when Chris called me this afternoon. And he called, and I'm like, oh, how cool. I remember he called me at 1:23, and I look up, and the fire truck has the number 123. It's engine number 123. So I have a picture of it in my phone. Chris, I will text it to you as soon as we're done. But just, I don't know, you know the deal. Just an amazing journey that the both of us are on. So, or all of us, I should say. So, yeah, 123, fun stuff. Yep, totally true, totally true. I'll text you. I don't want to shut Instagram off, but I would text you right now just so you would see it. But engine 123 was in the parking lot exactly where, and what was more interesting, it wasn't like I saw the fire truck and then thought of you. I was thinking of you and then saw the fire truck, which was pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, Janine checking in. Janine says the Just Crack an Egg is awesome. I haven't yet to have one, so. Lori's running her next 5K on the 24th. Very fun. Snowing in Illinois. Kim, did the Lego show up today? That's the only one that I'm tracking that didn't make it. I think all the other ones made it. So, hopefully yours made it, Kim. If not, we'll figure it out. Cindy, your son did a 1:59:50. That's an incredible time. Chrissy, would love to get back to running. Can we? We can. I think you can, right? I'm not sure if there's any limitations, but walking and running are the same. It's just a speed difference. So you'll be okay with that. Yeah. Joanne says, last weekend I was in Philadelphia area for their grandson's 3rd birthday. Had Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets, great win. On the negative side, also had birthday cake, Philly soft pretzels, and more junk food than I've eaten in months. But you had a great time with the family. So at some point, you're right, there is a balance piece to it. The trick is to do that less and less and less, and you will find success. One day or two isn't going to ruin it. Janine said, had a lunch date with 16 of your students today, and one of them asked why my lunchbox only carries salad. Right, because you eat healthy. Let's see. Joanne said, we also root for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. You saw my Super Bowl post, right? Obviously, I wanted New England to win, but it wasn't that big of a deal in that regard. We had a great evening, so it was fun. Danielle signed up for a race in Wrigley. Elise is from Boston, not from Wheaton tonight. Yeah. Chris, isn't that funny? Yeah, an indoor basketball game was rained out. Yeah, it was weird. Very weird. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's funny. It's Chris, Keith is pointing out that, getting you guys onto Twitter, the only reason I care about that is because when we first started doing this, people wanted to know when we were going to go live, and I signed up for a text service where I could text you if you wanted to know that we were going live. And what I found out is I ended up paying for that, and so to keep that cost covered, it ended up being it's ridiculous cost wise per text message. So I figured out that Twitter will do the exact same thing for free. It just takes a little more work on your end. You have to actually go sign up and turn notifications on for that account only. It's very easy to do, and I don't do much from that account that's not show related, so it shouldn't be super annoying. But Keith's saying all these people signing up for Twitter, we've helped them turn a profit. But it's fun when I see a new account that says, so and so is following you, and it says they're following one person and they have no followers. And so that means that's this community that's saying I want to know more about the show. I want to know when the live updates are. So very, very, very cool. So I end up almost always following you back. So you at least get one follower out of it. And then if you follow Operation Fat Dag and then Fat Dag, you can get three like really quick. Uh, yeah, YouTube does notifications as well, for sure. I mean, and Facebook does the notifications too. They all do. They all will notify you. Twitter, I think, is the most reliable, and Twitter is going to tell you what platform I'm on. So let's just say I don't do YouTube tonight for some reason. Let's say that phone is dead. When I post it on Twitter, Twitter will tell you that I'm going to be on live on Facebook and Instagram and or YouTube or whatever is going on. Yeah, Chris, I can't wait to see that. Chris is going to do a face-to-face with his driver's license. Very nice. Brooke, very nice. Brooke said, a patient of mine I haven't seen in a long time told you how good you were looking today. That's so fun. Cindy's asking, do you attend a meeting and also lead another meeting? I lead 2 meetings a week. So that is that's it. I don't attend as a member anymore. I think between the podcast that we do nightly, between the 2 meetings a week, and then all my activity on Connect, I think I'm good meeting wise. But and I get a lot out of the email traffic that we get. So I don't attend as a member per se, but I lead 2 meetings a week. Yep, for sure. Kim. All right, let's get another one. We'll get another one out to you, Kim. Sorry, it's weird. Um, Susie, woohoo! Susie says that my non-scale victory is keeping on even though the scale didn't move your way for 4 days. Let's get that written because that is the victory right there, right? I'll talk about that in a second. Let me get it in here first. One of the things my doc asked me when I saw him the other day, he was surprised that I weighed every single day, and so we talked about it, and he was like, you have to understand, Mike, that it's just data, and I said, no, sir, I totally do, and so I told him that I hop on the scale, it auto tweets, it auto publishes to Facebook, it auto publishes to my website, so I use an app called IFTTT. It's if this then that. My scale is a Nokia Health. It's a body cardio scale, so it links up into that app. That app pushes the data out to Twitter, pushes it out to Facebook, and so I get on there every single morning. Even this morning, I got on. Even after going out late last night, overeating and drinking, still got up this morning because I know it's just data, and I know that I knew what the scale was going to say. So the most important part of this journey is exactly what Susie said: is that keeping up even as the scale didn't move for 4 days, or if it moves in the wrong direction, is what the term that I use, and the reason I auto tweet all of this is I'm letting you know that I'm mentally checked in. I don't care what the number is, and you shouldn't care what the number is. Where you should get concerned is if you don't see a number auto tweet and you don't see a number auto post to Facebook, because at that point that's telling you that mentally I'm not checking in. So if I'm hopping on the scale, it means mentally I'm okay. It doesn't matter what the number is to some extent, right? I mean, sure, at some point it'll matter, but the reality is that if you can continue to check in daily, you can have whatever success you want. So Susie's post is exactly it. Is your non-scale victory is keeping on, even though the scale didn't move your way for 4 days. So that's incredible. That's here, and that's where the whole journey's won. So very, very, very proud of you. Chris, good night. Get up early. Got it. St. Pete, Margie checking in. Very nice. Lori says, found a gym that's half mile from your house. So much more convenient than driving 20 minutes. Yep. I agree. When I was looking for gyms a couple years ago, that was the number one rule. Was that I ended up joining the gym that was closest to my house because I knew there was a chance of me going are way better if it's a mile from the house versus 20. So, Kim said, almost got a pretzel at the mall today on your lunch, but ended up shopping for some lotion for yourself instead. And remember that you never got the pretzel. It's a distraction, right? So you probably wanted it out of a habit, and then now the distraction is what keeps it going, or keeps you, you got distracted in a good way, so to break the habit, which is neat. Let's see. Scrolling through. Leanne checking in from Idaho. Good evening to you. Jamie from Arkansas. Glad to be here with you. Very nice. Lynn from Texas. Very cool. Look at that. Kristen weighed in this morning. I'm down 293.9. Lost 2 more pounds. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, no, yeah, it is only a number, and yeah, the scale is just data. It is, you do want to see it go in the direction, but we've had this conversation before, right? You can't lose weight every single day. If you're going to weigh daily, you have to understand at some point you will see pluses in that number. That's just your body reacting. That's why people say, weigh once a week at the most often. Some people say once a month, because all those little fluctuations get hidden in a trend line if you weigh once a week. So, if you weigh once a month even and you're doing it right, it'll always see a negative number. So if you're that person that only needs to see a negative number, then you weigh once a month and you move on. Once a week, sometimes it's still good. You can do everything right and still have a little bit of a blip up. But you also got to know that it's impossible to weigh zero. You can't get down to 0 pounds. You cannot get back to your birth weight. It's not going to happen. And so if we know that you can't weigh the same every single morning to the same tenth, and you can't get back to your birth weight, then you have to have a plus in there on occasion to balance it out. And that's completely normal, is completely part of the journey. The trick is to have more minuses than pluses, and that is how you win. So, let's see what else we have. Let's see. Cindy says, I can't quite figure out what I'm doing wrong. I had 2 excellent weeks on point, lost a bunch, then it tapered off like a point to that. It was even. Then you have slight gain. Can't quite find what it is unless it's eating the same foods. Well, Cindy, you've been running a lot too. You're running a lot of marathons. There is, and I don't know the answer, so you're gonna have to do a little bit of experimenting on this. Is the amount of running you're doing, you could be under eating even by eating on plan, because you're running half marathons consistently. So you probably need more food than what you're eating, and that's going to be something that you're going to have to try and figure out. Obviously, if you're going to go to try and figure that route out, then healthy foods are your options. Just because you're running doesn't mean that the bag of chips and the Snickers become available. You can go for lean proteins. You can go for your turkeys, your chickens, and healthier food, but add to it to kind of jumpstart your body a little bit. And that's something you're going to have to kind of play with to figure out. Very nice. Andrea says, first time here, deployment, and a military wife here. Thank you for your service for sure. And we've inspired her to go from online only to meetings. That's very fun. Very fun. Ha, Susie, I've heard. Susie's given explanations on why her scale was flatlining, and I think half of the population understands that. The other half of the population wishes we didn't have to understand it. So yes, it's a real thing, and that's why you can't get upset at the scale. You can't get upset at the data, because our bodies do some crazy things for us. We just gotta mentally stay engaged. Too funny, too funny. Veronica says, your daughter Elizabeth is your wingman, and you thank you for wishing us good focus every day. It's all about focus, right? That's what it takes to win. You gotta figure out what it is you're working on. You gotta figure out what the prize is, and you gotta go after it. And you gotta wake up every single morning saying, I can do this. I want to do this. And more importantly, what is it that you're doing? That's where the key comes in. You got to know what it is you're trying to do, and every morning wake up on fire, wanting to attack it, wanting to get it done. So with that, let me just, I want to wrap up, and here's why. So we are on tonight's Thursday. So yesterday was a late night. I left the house at 6 in the morning. Didn't get home till like the 10 last night. Tonight I got home around 8:30. Had a meeting till about 9. Checked in here at 9:30. And tomorrow I'm going to work, and then we're going up to Detroit. So it's time for me to go check in with the family a little more. Say hey to them before we all go to bed. But I just really wanted to just say thank you, give you an update on Detroit. We'll keep that information current on the Facebook page, so that you will see you there. For those of you who are coming to Detroit, thank you. For those of you who can't make it because you're too far away, I get it. We will. I don't know that we'll have the ability to live stream from there. I'm pretty sure we won't. But we'll try and go live from somewhere in Detroit while we're in town. So we'll keep an eye on Twitter for that information. And other than that, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for being here. Thanks for all that you do, again, to support me and to support the community. Get into the Wise Wingman Facebook group if you're not already. That's a great supportive community. Very, very happy with the interactions that are going on in there. It's all positive, which is fun. So very, very, very cool. So, all right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. So John says, "Where am I at?" John, you are here on YouTube, but we're going to close down, so it's almost over, John. But let's go. Let's log off Instagram first. Instagram, thank you again for being here. You know the deal. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. If you want to win through the weekend, tomorrow is the game plan. Set yourself tomorrow a great plan to win all weekend. Stick to it. You can get it done. Good night. I forgot. And I wish you good focus, right? It's not about luck. All right. Good night, Instagram. All right. Let's get that one. YouTube, same thing. Thank you all as well for being here. Always good to see who checks in on YouTube. You heard what I just said to the folks on Instagram. This takes you wanting to get it done, you getting focused, dig in, get focused, and do it. So also good night to you on YouTube. And then